Keeping your machines in tip-top shape is not much of an issue with the Gaggia Animas. Now, in most cases, the screen will be a cool blue, letting you know that your zen for coffee is not going to be interrupted. But if the machine happens to need your attention for anything, don't be surprised when that screen turns red. Now, the red screen will be accompanied by a suite of icons letting you know what in particular the machine needs from you. Now, to start, there is a three-purpose icon which has the drip tray being pulled out from the front of the machine and the door being closed. That can display if the drip tray is not inserted, if the side access door is not closed all the way, or if the Dreg drawer has been removed but not reinserted into the machine. You might also see that the brew unit has not been reinserted either. So if you've taken it out for maintenance or for rinsing and you forgot to put it back in, or if you have not properly reinserted the brew unit, you will be presented with an icon that shows you the brew unit is still missing. Other common alerts include the water reservoir alert. So this will let you know that either A, the water reservoir has not been reinserted into the machine, or B, that there is not enough water in the reservoir. Apart from that, the companion alert to the water reservoir alarm is the no beans error. So most commonly, this will come up if you try to brew a drink and don't have enough coffee in the hopper. So that will initially display as red, and once the brew cycle terminates, it will change to blue, letting you know that there is nothing wrong with the machine other than that you need more coffee in the hopper. Once you refill it, that notification will clear. Now that we've familiarized ourselves with the alerts that might show up on your screen, let's take a look at how to address some of the most common issues on the Anima or Anima Prestige. And so I use the term issues lightly. This is more or less just the regular routines that you'll want to go through when owning and operating the machine. So first of all, if we want to get inside the machine to allow us to access the brew group and the dregs drawer, all you need to do is simply use the two tabs on the sides of the drip tray, push them in, and then pull outward. So on the baseline Anima, you do want to make sure, of course, that the steam wand is positioned outward before you attempt this. And on the Anima Prestige, that you have removed the one-touch frothing carafe. So as we pull out the tray, we can actually see a couple of things here. So inside the dregs drawer, this is where our spent coffee pucks are dispensed. Now, if your machine is brand new and the Anima is taking some time to get used to your coffee, you may find it takes a few brew cycles and empties before everything gets completely solid and cohesive inside this drawer. And so when you remove it, you can simply empty that into the garbage can. Now, with this out of the way for a moment, let's also take a look at the inside of the machine. So I'll prop this door open with my pitcher for now, but this is where we can get access to the brew unit. So coffee is fed downward through the grinder or the bypass doser directly into this mechanism. Now, by pressing here on this tab where it says push, I can slide the brew unit out of the machine. Now I'm gonna save myself for a minute there, get some of that coffee knocked out. And now it's important to get this unit removed from the machine on a weekly basis because coffee builds up on this insert chute here. We have it along the shower screen. There's the other side of the screen right here and the ejection ramp. So all of these things are places where coffee can accumulate. The included brush that comes with the machine can also be used to help with cleaning. Then simply leave the unit out of the machine overnight to air dry before reinserting. When you have the unit removed too, we can also take a look at the sliding tracks. So these tracks are where you would apply the brew group lubricant. And now that's something that will happen on a 1 to 4 month basis, depending on the frequency at which you use the machine. Now, located beneath the brew unit as well is a catch tray, which catches loose coffee grinds and water. So we'll put that back in. Now, we simply want to line up the corners down here for the group with its sliding tracks. And this does take just a bit of getting used to. and then securely press it back into the machine. Now we can close the door. But before I put my drip tray back in, that's something we should address. Now, unlike the other aspects of this machine that would alert you on the menu, the drip tray doesn't have a dedicated alert to tell you that you need to empty it. Instead, in the front of the tray is a small red float that will continue to rise in the tray as more and more water is in there. So that'll start to bob and it will start to get elevated. And I'll show you just a little bit of what that looks like by pouring some water. This is a fairly deep tray, so when you see that float bobbing, you know that it's time really to empty it out. I will say that it can be tricky sometimes to balance the water in the tray when you're walking it over to the sink. So if your machine isn't close by, there's a chance to spill. So to save yourself that trouble, I recommend that anytime that you refill the water reservoir or anytime that you are prompted to empty the dregs drawer, you should simply empty the drip tray as well. And otherwise, when all that's done, you can simply go ahead and reinsert your tray into the machine. And that's as easy as it is to maintain the Gaggia Anima. And that concludes our top to bottom look at the Gaggia Anima series. Again, these machines are terrific for the espresso or long coffee lover, and they still have great features that make milk frothing a breeze. I'm Nick. Thank you so much for watching.